Hello. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Getting Real with Mariah, the place where shit gets real. I'm the one and the only, your girl Mariah, the original shit talker herself. If you have not been here before, make sure you press that subscribe button at the bottom of the screen to stay updated with what I do. And for my returning loving fan, I've been MIA for forever. Honestly, I've moved and has just been doing what life does to me. So I've been in literally hiding mode for a cool minute, just trying to get settled and everything. So thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode, because I be seeing y'all, whoever y'all are, telling a friend, I be seeing my views going up. And I think the last episode I posted was like a month ago, if I'm not mistaken. So thank y'all so much for keeping the word alive and motivating me for the people that I do talk to in my personal life, motivating me to get back on here, because I'm happy to be back. So let's get right into it. Today's episode is about why can't men keep it real? I'm so excited about it, I can't even get it out. Yeah, let me just start off by saying, whoever is listening to this that is a male, don't try to make it seem like I'm coming for y'all or this, that, and the third, because honestly, I've been on y'all's side, like literally back to back to back. I'm always giving advice to some of my friends, telling them like, you know, like it's a you problem too. It's not always about the nigga, this, that, and the third. But today I'm coming for y'all ass because I'm getting sick and tired of it. So ladies, let's come together, come on close. So I know I am not the only one that really be out here really contemplating the man race. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about this one man and y'all gonna be like, sis. And it's just like, me personally, before I even get to the story, let me just give y'all a rundown of not why I think men don't keep it real, but like just my interpretation of it. Honestly, I feel like men, like us as women who talk about men not being able to communicate or whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10, they're not men, they're little boys. And I feel like we give boys titles as men, which sets them at a certain level that we want them to be at, to where they can't even mentally obtain, honestly, because they haven't been through shit. They ain't thinking about going through shit. They literally just out here for the streets telling us women that's actually looking for shit that's serious, or even if you just looking to just get some dick or looking to just get a piece of ass, whatever you call it, men can't even keep it 100 with that. Like, boys can't even keep it 100 with that. Because I feel like when you meet a real man, he gonna be able to tell you, you know what, baby, I feel like you on another level that I'm not at right now. And honestly, I'm for the streets at this point. I don't want to be serious with you. And you know, we talk when we talk and we fuck when we fuck. And it's kind of like, I would respect a man more for him to be like, you know what, I literally just want some ass from you. And if you really not down about that, then it's cool. We talk when we talk and it's whatever. And I would be like, safe. Like, you've not wasted my time. You've let me know what type of time you was on. And now it's in my court to understand whether or not I'm gonna deal with this or I'm gonna just keep searching for what I'm looking for. And I feel like us as women sometimes, not even us as women, because I'm talking about men, but let's just keep it 50-50 on this end, you feel me? I feel like us as women, we go into situations, even knowing that the man has told us A, B, and C, we go into the situation taking for what that is, like taking what they said for truth. And we know that these men is out here lying. We know that they out here lying, and we sitting here listening to what he's saying, like, oh yeah, baby, I'm just not ready for this right now. And it's just, let me just get into the story because I'm getting hyped up just talking about it. So, backstory about this man that I'm telling y'all about. Let's just call him Dolphins. Actually, let's call him Chris. The ones that know. Let's call him Chris. So met Chris, I want to say maybe 2 years ago. Met Chris 2 years ago, and I met him off of a dating app. So let me try not to keep no key points out. Met Chris on a dating app, and you feel me? It was cool at first. Like, I felt like the chemistry was really there. Like, we started off from the jump just talking. You feel me? And everything felt like it really was coming from a genuine space. He had even prompted the question like, oh, what is you out here looking for? And at the time I had just got out of a serious relationship. So I'm just like, I'm just out here just trying to find the love of my life back, you feel me? And sometimes I'm gonna put my hand up because I do it too. I do it more often than some. But you feel me? You give me just a little bit like, oh, I'm gonna be 100% with you. I'm out here trying to find love, baby. Like, I want some babies, I want the ring. Like, and I be telling people this, and some of my friends be like, girl, like, on the second day of talking and third day of talking, like, yes, because I'm not here to waste nobody's time. I'm gonna tell you what I'm here for, and if you're not here for what I'm here for, then there's no reason for us to continue this. So Chris made it seem like this is the same type of time he was on, and we just out here just you feel me, working towards something, you feel me? We really out here getting to know each other, and then it's gonna lead to something. Or this is so what my head is telling me. So fast forward, I feel like we've been talking maybe for like a month or so or something like that. So I get a random text. Like, I was talking to him, this was the day, this happened in the afternoon. I was talking to him the morning of this afternoon, right? Let me just tell y'all how much niggas lie. So this whole time, Brett been making me think like, oh, you got a job, you really doing the thing, you got a car, A, B, and C. I've never mean to tell y'all, I've never seen him, like, I've never met him in person. Like, this is literally just us talking on the phone, FaceTime. Like, I know he's a real person, but we just never had time to meet up because he lived like 3-4 hours away from me. And I got a text like, oh, you've been texting my man, or you've been talking to me, or something like that. I need to tell y'all, I'm at work, and anytime anything happens to me at work, like very serious, or like something that'll like make my, like, I start to get anxious. Like, what do you mean, who is this? Like, I was just talking to you, Brett, earlier, so what do you mean, who is this? Long story short, Brett had a whole ass female claiming she was 6 weeks pregnant, claiming she was pregnant of some shit, and I never heard from him. Like, literally, he went to work or whatever. I guess she logged into like an iPad or something like that. I don't know what the fuck was going on at that point. But I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, you got a baby on the way. Like, and it's always me, y'all. I always get myself into these sticky ass situations. I just don't know how. Like, I really don't. Like, I really don't. Like, it leaded to me to have an exciting, like, story about a nigga that I haven't talked to, or we ain't been knowing each other for too long. I'm always gonna come up with like a super crazy ass story, and people be like, girl, what? And I'm like, yeah, that happened to me. So we stopped talking, obviously, because nigga, you lied about your whole life. So he come back, I want to say 3 to 6 months later, and some of y'all are like, why didn't you block him? Boo, boo, boo. I don't block. Like, I do not play the blocking game. Like, I am not one to block. I just feel like that's just petty, and it's childish. Like, you feel me? I don't have time to block, but we just gonna applicably just stop talking to each other. Granted. So randomly get another text from my phone like, oh, I don't know if you remember me, but this is me. This is what happened. Like, she was totally playing. I don't have no kids. She was never pregnant. She just didn't want me talking to nobody, blah, blah, blah. She crazy like that. I'm like, yeah, safe, cool. So we kind of stopped talking. We started back talking for a little bit. So this is mine. I take responsibility. This is my fault. Because I always be thinking like, yeah, a man gonna change. Like, people, like, I'm an advocate for people changing. Like, I feel like that I allow people to go their separate ways and then let life take its course. And I always feel like that they're gonna come back. If that makes sense. And I feel like we all do. But we at this point, we just live in a world where just all this crazy boobamble shit is it's just fucking psychotic. So we started back talking for a little bit, and I feel like we have been talking for like still probably like another month or two or something like that. We talking, chopping it up, still like for some reason we just have like really good chemistry. We are the same sign, like our birthdays are like a week or so apart. And we just always have, every time we talk, we always have good chemistry. So we start back talking again, shit cool. And he wanted me to come pull up on him. Me to tell you, I told y'all he lived 3-4 hours away. Like, he lived in the Bay Area. So I'm like, cool, safe. Like, okay, I'm gonna come out there. So when it gets close to me about to leave, like, I'm not going to no unknown territory and you're not giving me full deeds. Like, I don't have an address. I'm not getting like consistent communication from you. So it's kind of like, what are we doing here, big boy? Like, I'm not coming out of from where I live at to where you live at and you flake on me or something, because he's good for flaking. Like, this man is just a pathological fucking liar at this point. So I'm telling him, send me the address and I'm gonna meet you there, or I'm gonna text you when I'm on my way, I'm gonna call you when I'm outside, blah 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 blah. He like, oh, just be on your way, I don't know the address of where I live at. I'm like, you told me you've been living here for like 6 months, Chris. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, oh, I've never got the address. Like, I always just have a location on my phone. Like, I don't remember it. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, cool. Yeah, no. It's like 7, 8 o'clock, and it was giving setup vibes. And it's kind of like, I'm not about to get set up. Like, I'm not that stupid, and I watch a lot of criminal shows. You're not about to catch me slipping like that. So it's kind of like, yeah, bruh, no, I'm cool off you. So I ended up not going, and honestly, conversation just dwindled off by itself. Let's fast forward present day, y'all. So I'm talking a week after my birthday, something like that. So reconnected back on the dating app, surprisingly. So he was like, oh, I'm ready to start taking you serious. Like, I can't fumble the bag again. Like, it's crazy that we matched again. Honestly, I just matched with him so I can tell him off from the last time we talked, because either he blocked me or he must have blocked me, because I didn't have his number saved or nothing like that no more. So I just wanted to go off on him. That's the only reason why I matched with him on the little dating app or whatever. So he, like, me to tell y'all, so I just wanted to give y'all the backstory. Since we already had that backstory, I feel like going into it for a fucking third time, I wasn't expecting nothing to be different at this point, because at this point I know that you're a liar. Like, you've proven it time and time again that you lie about everything. So going into this, I really don't know where my headspace was at. It was more so just like having somebody to text, I guess, like having a hoe, like, to keep it lit with you, because yeah, I didn't see it going anywhere. I did end up liking him, and I got swept up in like the words, but then I started, you feel me, when I was deep in thought, when it got closer to like the beginning of the year and going into the new year, I was like, you know what, I'm not about to sit here and waste another ounce of my time on somebody that lies. So I can't sit here and fall in love with the words, like, not even fall in love, I can't sit in here and like the wordplay and think that something's gonna come out of that, because honestly, I know that it's not. But us as women, we have desires, and like we have our wants and our needs too. So I feel like we make adjustments for, we enlarge people's pros and think that they outweigh the bad, when the bad is really the longest list, like it's longer than the pros. So that's kind of what I was doing, and we all fall victim to it. And until, I want to say, like, all it took was like 2 weeks. Getting it 2 weeks of us talking, it was already like, this nigga is a liar. Like, he lies about every fucking thing. So we were supposed to hang out. No, he was supposed to take me out. He called it like my late birthday gift or whatever. Never did that. New Year came, I was down in LA, and I was coming up, and I had to pass his house. And at this point, he's kind of like a piece of meat to me. So like, I'm just wanting some dick, big dog. Like, to keep it lit with you. So you keep flaking on the dick appointments. Like, not that I make dick appointments like they're in stone, like I'm coming over here for a dick, but it's like, I'm coming over here for you. You just happen to have a penis, and we're gonna get what we need. Like, I'm gonna get what I need at this point. So every time it comes down to us wanting to hang out, something always comes up. Like, when I tell y'all something always comes up, it always comes up. And it's kind of like, bro, do you want to see me or not? Because it's not that hard, and it's not a priority for me. Like, honestly, I can get dick from anywhere to keep it so lit with you. I don't have to only be fucking you. So it's kind of like, if you're going to keep being weird, that's the word I'm looking for. If you're going to keep being weird and just bitchy, then I'm gonna stop talking to you. Let me give y'all another scenario. So I was supposed to come over, because I hadn't seen him in like 2 weeks. I was supposed to come over to his house and just to chill or whatever. So it was supposed to be like a Saturday through Sunday type situation. Every time it's meant for us to hang out, nigga go ghost for the majority of the day. I can start talking to him from like 8 to 10 or like 8 to 11. Then after that, nigga gone. Like, oh, my bad, just got home. Like, nigga, where did you go? Because you didn't tell me you was going nowhere. Not that I'm trying to be nosy and trying to be in your space, but then again, you communicate everything else, but when you go MIA, you wasn't home, but you didn't tell me you was going nowhere. So he told me, like, oh, on this specific day, you can still come over if you want to, but just letting you know, I don't have the TV in my room. I gave it to my little cousin, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, cool. not really coming over here for the TV. I'm coming over here to see you and to, you know, get some. So it's kind of like, I don't really care about the TV. I'll bring some Dominoes on my computer. I'm there. So the nigga was like, okay, cool, come. Tell me what I see when I walk into the room. Yeah, a TV, where it is, where it always is. So it's kind of like, bruh, and I'm coming over here, so you didn't even care that you just lied. Like, and I didn't even say nothing about it, because this is kind of like, I'm not one to like I could be petty, but I'm not one to be petty in your face. Like, it brings me more satisfaction to do it over text, because then I feel like a big dog, because it's kind of like, the way that I get when I'm irritated in public makes me seem weak. So I never get like overly emotional about a situation in public. Cause like if I start crying, it's not because I'm sad or because I'm scared. Like I'm mad and I'm about to black out and fuck you to fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, and then my voice starts to crack. Like all these things come to when I'm highly emotional about something and I'm trying to get a point across, and like, let me stutter. The argument's over. Like that does something to my self-esteem. So I'd rather do it through text so I can methodically look and like, you know, type shit that I want to make you feel stupid. You know what I mean? So after that was literally like the straw. And from that point, he's only been asked to me. So it's kind of like, bro, whatever you talking about, whatever you trying to give me, like, I don't care about it. So this nigga, he brings up Valentine's Day, like, oh, are we gonna, you know, buy each other gifts? Are we gonna hang out? What we doing for Valentine's Day? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, we just making plans. I know they're gonna change. Like, no, they're gonna change. So this weekend, we were supposed to hang out. This past weekend, we were supposed to hang out. He was supposed to come out to my house. MIA on Friday. Oh, just got home late. I know you don't like driving late at night. And the moral of the story, like, I don't want to keep dragging the story along. Mainly, he just lies and lies and lies and lies. And my question to you, men, is I'm honestly confused. Why do y'all feel the need to lie? And I can see if it was honestly, I can't see it at all, but I can see if you were messing with a specific type of woman where you felt like you needed to lie. And ultimately, what is the end goal behind lying? Because if you're lying just to get some ass, then get the ass, and move on to the next. Don't stay around just because you done found out that my pussy is good and you want this forever. Then make it be known, like, oh, bro, I like fucking you. Your pussy is good. Can we continue doing this with no attachments? And then again, you put it in my court to then say, yeah, we can keep doing this, but just know if I find me a nigga, we gonna have to stop this. Or no, I don't want to do this, and we just leave it squashed. I don't understand where it has become a norm to just be out here just lying. Because I feel like when you lie, like, it's just so kiddish, because we're 25, we're 25 and up. At the end of the day, we are grown individuals. We have our own lives, we have our responsibilities, we have the way that we go about things. So it's kind of like, why, like, what is the purpose? What is the need? It's like, it's at this point, you can't say that it's for something that you want, because some people out here is just throwing pussy. Like, you don't even gotta ask, you ain't gotta do nothing spectacular. They gonna let you fuck regardless. So what is the point of lying? Is it y'all ego? Is it the fact that you don't want to be vulnerable, or you don't want to? I can't even fathom. Normally, I feel like I have the answers for both sides just because I played the part. But even with my ex, my long-term ex that I told y'all about, the lying, it just doesn't. It really just doesn't make sense to me, only because why do it? And we're grown. Like, again, I can see if you were messing with a weak-minded female or some woman that thought that she was high or mighty, and it was like a head thing, like you wanted to like fuck with her mind, like, oh, I'm the alpha male type situation. If you wanted to do that, but if it's just a woman-to-woman type situation, or a man to woman, like we're both mature adults, then why the fuck lie? Like, I feel like you men need to deal with shit that's in y'all past, and whatever that makes you liars, I feel like y'all just need to deal with that eternally, and just keep it 100 with us. Because most women that are truly women, we gonna tell you what we're gonna allow and what we're not gonna allow. But there's enough fish in the sea to where if we don't let you allow it, there's somebody else that will let you allow it. So you ain't gotta lie to me just to get some ass. Because there's another bitch that's gonna be the same caliber of me that's gonna give you some ass. You get what I'm saying? I hope I'm talking to somebody out there, because this really needs to stop. Y'all are out here. I don't understand. I don't think that you guys understand when we say that time is of the essence, or don't take what you have for granted, because it could be, taken away from you within a blink of an eye. I think those phrases just go over the top of our head, because life and time, attention to those things is basically what I'm trying to say. Because if we don't, you start to get into these endless cycles like that I have been in the past 25 years of my life, which I'm just now starting to get out of, is you fall victim to the lies, and you fall victim to potential. You feel me? You let these men tell y'all they fake relationships, basically, because that's what Chris was doing. He was talking the talk, made it seem like we was working, and I can send receipts. I can show y'all receipts in my phone, talking I can't wait to see you. You gonna make me fall in love with you. You do everything right. Thank you for being by my side with you. Woo woo. And it's just I'm giving too much of my valuable. I'm giving too much away of my valuables to somebody that's not even appreciative to my shit. That's just kind of not manipulating me, but lying to try to get his way. With nigga, if it was just about sex, it's been sex about me for a cool minute. But if you wouldn't have been feeding these lies and trying to make it seem like it was something when it wasn't, then I wouldn't have crossed over this barrier. You feel me? And some niggas try to make it seem like it be us women that be thirsty for them, or that be all in their phone and that be wanting us. And it's nah, you're not gonna do us like that. If you wouldn't be in our phone on the type of energy that you be on, then we wouldn't be in your phone trying to reciprocate energy, trying to ask you how your day was, baby, trying to ask you if you ate or not. We wouldn't be doing that type of shit if you wasn't in our phones talking about, oh, I love the way you make me feel, baby, and this shit gonna be forever. If you wasn't cupcaking with me and you just told me that my pussy was good, can't wait to see you next Friday, then there would be no feelings. There would be nothing that you had to lie about, or you could still be doing a bitch on the side and still have me on the side, because that's something then that I've accepted. I feel like that y'all I feel like you men get the reason why y'all lie. Here's a scenario. I feel like you guys lie because you still want to have your cake and eat it too. You feel what I'm saying? So the fact that you feel like you think that the woman that you messing with is not going to allow you to have your cake and eat it too, then you're kind of oh, now I got to lie to Shawty, so I can't have my cake and eat it too. But little do you know, if Shawty want her cake and she want to eat it too. And if you would only be honest and be upfront of what you're looking for and what you want out of her, what she want out of you, if y'all set aside the time to talk about each other's wants and needs and what you expect out of whatever this situationship or whatever this is gonna be in, if you took the time to have that small 5-minute conversation, then it wouldn't be no fuck boy this, and wouldn't be no fuck girl that, because we would all be acting accordingly. And I feel like I see so many posts about this on Instagram, oh, make sure you play the part, don't only feed into the energy that's reciprocated to you. And it's just nah. True, but at the same time, let's not shame anyone for falling victim to that, because like I said, men lie and they do it very well. So it's kind of it's been to the point where even sometimes me, and I done been to bet the both sides. I done been with a nigga for hella long, and I done learned his ways, and I've been with myself enough, been single enough to learn my ways. So I can normally pinpoint if I'm the one that's being the most. It takes a lot of getting out of me, but let's not play these niggas ain't around here getting everybody. And I just feel like we allow the men to lie to us, and then we have to deal with culture making it our fault. You feel me? Making it the woman's fault. You should have been stronger. You should have picked up these things. Yes, there are red flags that we all should pick up on, but sometimes these red flags be green, because these niggas know how to play the part, and you will end up having a whole nother, you'll end up living a double life and then find out in the future, oh, this nigga done had A, B, and C on me, and this, that, and the third, and all that could be alleviated if men stood up, became men, and stopped lying. So honestly, there's no need to lie, because if you come up with a real woman and you're a real man yourself, and you're keeping it honest with yourself that you are a real man, you got your life, your goals, you got everything set up for yourself, and you just out here just trying to figure this life thing out, be honest with whoever you meet. You feel me? You meet somebody at the bar and you know that you're not in a position to be in a relationship. Don't come on to her like you're trying to be in a relationship, and then a month or two later she asks you what we are, and you say that you don't want to be in a relationship, you got too much going on, but you've been playing the part, homie, for 2 months. So it's kind of like, obviously you know how to, you just don't want to commit. And that comes to the grand conclusion of that's why you men lie so much. Commitment is so hard for you. You would rather lie and deceive just to get what you want, rather than being honest with yourself and committed to yourself to be with one woman, or being honest with a woman, just saying, I want to have sex with multiple people. But then you don't want to be categorized as a hoe or what? Like, what is it? Is it your image? Is it lack of commitment? Like flood the comments for me. Like, let me know. Like, DM me, hop in a comment, just let me know, because I don't want to be out here bashing y'all with y'all if y'all got real traumas, you feel me, that us women deal with, that y'all got real traumas that y'all deal with, on why y'all got to do what y'all got to do. But I just want to know, if it ain't nothing that's really causing y'all to do this and y'all just do it just cause, you need to stop it. Grow a pair, grow the fuck up, be a man, and tell us women what we out here looking for. Because it's women like me that's out here trying to find love. And I come in contact with a bum. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call y'all, bums that just lie to get sex. And it's just like, if you would have just told me that, then maybe I would have fucked you in the meantime while I'm still trying to find me a man. Maybe I still would have kept you on the side and fucked with you for a little bit. But the fact that you lied, that's why I'm trying to end the episode, but new shit keep popping up in my head. But that's why women try to get over on y'all, and we wonder why women in a relationship, like the roles have turned to where women feel like that they need to have the upper hand on top of men, because y'all fumbled the bag so many times. Y'all lie to us time and time again. Y'all cheat time and time again. Now you got an attitude when a woman is coming to you on a dominant standpoint and trying to get her needs met before yours, and now you trying to call her a gold digger, or call her like, oh, she thinks she this, that, and the third, or she trying to be like a nigga, or whatever shoe fits. I don't really feel like that's the case, because you've put us in this predicament. You've made us this way. So now you calling out that was our fault. Yeah, there y'all go again, always blaming the woman. And I guess I am a woman, so I am biased behind this situation. But again, I try to be non-biased when I'm talking about these facts. And this right now is just true facts. Like, y'all lie. Stop lying. Keep it 100 with yourself. Now, that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Why Men Can't Keep It Real. I hope I spread some insight on the inside of the way men think, and I hope that I've touched a few ladies to just let y'all know that these men is really out here for the streets, and don't waste your time on things that you don't want to waste your time on. If you okay with just having sex with a man, let it be known that that's all you're after. But if you're out for the streets, but you just like him, let it be known that too. Ladies, let's not fall victim to what these men do. But again, I hope I just spread some insight and some love to you all. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with me, and I will see y'all next week with another episode of Getting Real with Riah. Have a good one. Bye.